I don't quite know how to put this, but I am kind of a big deal. I am very important. I have many leather-bound books, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany. This is my Golden Age room, and join me where I revisit vintage delights and smoke the finest Cuban cigars. I have visited many places around the world thus far in my lifetime, but out of all the places I have ever been, there is no place stranger in which I have found than that of the United States of America. America was discovered by Christopher Columbus, even though it was already there and inhabited by indigenous people. The race of people who already lived there are now known today as Native Americans. The European immigrants who turned up there are simply referred to as Americans, and the black immigrants are referred to as African Americans. I really struggle with the logic behind this naming. For example, if they refer to black people as African Americans, then simply shouldn't white people be called European Americans? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Again, Native Americans, they was there first, so why are the immigrants not called Alien Americans? Something I find even more peculiar is Donald Trump's war on immigration, when he is clearly from European descent himself. I would completely understand if a Native American was trying to build a wall to keep the foreigners out, but you can clearly tell that Donald Trump is a filthy, dirty immigrant himself. What a hypocrite! Apart from Donald Trump and a bizarre race classification system, I could go on all day about the weirdness of the United States. But as a visiting European, the strangest difference of all is the food. There is junk food literally everywhere you turn, and a severe lack of vegetables served with your meals in restaurants. Apart from this junk food being literally everywhere, the portion sizes they tended to give me out there were absolutely ridiculous too. And on top of all of that, they gave me unlimited refills of fizzy drinks in most places. Put all these elements together and you get the fattest nation on earth. Literally everywhere I looked, I saw disgusting oversized land mammals. Ugh. Donald Trump says immigrants take up too much room. How about putting some of the existing members of the nation on a diet? That'll free up some space, surely. Land of the free, more like land of the fat. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack or get diabetes simply by looking at some of their disgusting foods. So, due to having built a whole nation that is completely obsessed with junk food, this has embarrassingly spawned a whole genre of games. Oh dear. From McKids, to Food Fight, to Sneaking, to Global Gladiators, there is now a whole bloody genre of games dedicated to getting bloody fat. One of the very first games in this genre was BurgerTime. Today, we are going to look at the Intellivision version of this game. BurgerTime is a 1982 arcade game created by Data East. You play as a chef named Peter Pepper, and the aim of the game is to walk over different burger ingredients located across a maze of platforms, whilst avoiding pursuing characters such as sentient hot dogs, eggs and pickles. This game was originally released in Japan under the name Hamburger, but was introduced to the United States as BurgerTime. The game of course sold fantastically, they just love bloody burgers. To explain the game in slightly more detail, the player character walks the length of ingredients such as buns, meaty burgers or tomatoes. The ingredients then fall one level. If it lands atop another ingredient, the latter in turn also falls one level. A burger is completed when all vertically aligned ingredients have been dropped out of the maze and onto a waiting plate. Once all burgers are completed, the level is finished. This must of course all be done whilst avoiding the enemies. The enemies can be dodged, stunned or crushed with a falling ingredient, or dropped by luring them onto an ingredient then causing it to fall. With regards to stunning enemies, Peter Pepper does so using pepper shots. This move is executed using the buttons on the side of the Intellivision controllers. Your pepper pot can unfortunately run out, but extra shots can be obtained by collecting bonus food such as coffee, ice cream cones and french fries. Junk, junk, junk everywhere. There are multiple screens in which have increasing difficulty, each with more burgers and enemies. As you progress, burgers have more parts and layouts become more challenging. On top of this, enemies can more easily corner you. Completing all the levels takes you back to the first one, so you can play the old-fashioned loop of never-ending high-score fun. Yeah! BurgerTime went on to be the biggest selling game on the whole Intellivision system. Only in America, ladies and gentlemen, only in America. Not Super Mario, not Sonic the Hedgehog, a game about bloody burgers. But to be honest, the game does offer great simple fun, and was good as anything you could get in that era really. 1982 really was the year of the burger, so add this one to your collection. Cheerio! If you like this video and are looking for more games in which you play as a chef fighting against sentient food monsters, then click my Panic Restaurant annotation. If you would rather stay with me for a minute, I'll teach you how to cook a real burger. Education, 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 yeah! Right, so in order to make the burger, you need 540 grams of minced beef, mixed herbs, egg yolk, olive oil, salt and black pepper. Place all the burger ingredients in a mixing bowl and stir to combine them. Have you seen the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Have you seen the Muffin Man who lives down Drury Lane? Now give your meat a good old rub. Spicy meat. Yeah, boy. Now use your fingers to create little islands. Yes, that's it. That's it. Nice meaty burgers. Get the cooking tray nice and oily. Burgers. Now they're all on the tray, I'm ready to pop them in for 15 minutes. Here we go. Spicy meat.